The Blake Lively-Justin Baldoni legal battle took a turn Tuesday night when Lively filed an amended complaint alleging that two other actresses on the set of the film are prepared to testify their own uncomfortable experiences on set.
In the continuing saga between Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni, a clash already stuffed with allegations of toxic work environments, hijacked creative visions, and sky-high lawsuits, an unexpected twist now threatens to unravel Blake's entire case. Two women she cited in her court filings, presumably to strengthen her claims, have stepped forward to declare that they actually side with Baldoni. Their stories suggest Blake twisted their experiences to bolster her lawsuit, leaving everyone wondering who's really telling the truth.
Indicate that the two women are actresses Jenny Slate and Isabella Ferrer, who could not immediately be reached for comment.
This scandal started with whispers that Lively's approach to marketing the film ignored the novel's somber themes of domestic violence. Fans claimed her social media posts looked more like personal branding and product placement than a respectful portrayal of emotional trauma. Meanwhile, Justin Baldoni, known for his heartfelt storytelling and socially aware projects, supposedly wanted a faithful adaptation that emphasized the book's deeper layers. Tensions grew behind the scenes, exploding into lawsuits when Lively accused Baldoni of creating a toxic workplace and demanded a massive payout for alleged damages. Baldoni countered with an even bigger claim, painting Lively as the one who bulldozed his creative process, overshadowing him with star power and marketing savvy. Court documents hinted she commandeered key decisions on everything from costume design to post-production.
They released the cut of the movie. He didn't even get to see it. He was the director of the film, the producer of the film, the guy who got the rights to the film, the one who's supposed to be in control. He didn't even get to see it. He was in the basement at his own movie premiere. And then she had the nerve, because she had 2 minutes of bad publicity when the film hit, to come out and try to blame it all on him.
Fans split into camps, with some believing Lively was standing up for herself, while others suspected she might be manipulating the narrative. As the suits escalated, personal text messages, emails, and behind-the-scenes footage leaked, fueling a flurry of contradictory stories. Then, Lively's team upped the ante by adding fresh allegations, supposedly backed by testimonies from two women who said they encountered similar issues, working with Baldoni's company. At first glance, these additions appeared to give Lively's suit more substance. If these women had suffered comparable mistreatment, that could show a pattern of the same behavior Lively claimed to endure. But in a sudden about-face that set social media ablaze, the two women publicly announced they stand by Baldoni. According to them, Lively's camp either distorted their words or manipulated incomplete stories to make Baldoni look bad. One of the women told an entertainment news source that she initially shared only minor grievances about scheduling conflicts and workload, but never labeled the environment toxic. Now, both women say Blake Lively's filings misrepresented their experiences, casting them as victims when they don't see themselves that way. This revelation threw a major wrench into Lively's legal strategy. For weeks, she'd portrayed these new testimonies as evidence of a pattern of improper conduct. Instead, the women have effectively called her a liar. Not only does this raise questions about her lawsuit's credibility, it also hands Baldoni a public relations gift he can wield in the court of public opinion. His supporters now have fresh ammunition. If Lively is exaggerating or flat out lying about these two women, who's to say her original accusations aren't equally inflated? While the two women haven't released every detail of their statements, insiders say they were shocked to find themselves listed as supporting figures in Lively's lawsuit. One source close to Baldoni's team suggested that Lively might have jumped on their minor complaints, like pay disputes or scheduling miscommunication, and spun them into full-blown allegations about workplace toxicity. If that's true, it wouldn't be the first time high-profile legal battles featured blurred lines between genuine grievances and strategic PR moves. Naturally, Lively's defenders are calling foul. They say it's no coincidence that these women changed their tune after Baldoni got wind of their involvement. The argument is that they might have been pressured, either legally or financially, to retract their earlier statements or reinterpret them in a light more favorable to Baldoni. Those close to Lively point out how intimidating it can be to stand against a well-connected director in an industry built on relationships. It's possible, they say, that the women fear Baldoni's influence might affect their future careers if they remain aligned with Lively. Yet the women's public disavowal of Blake's claims isn't exactly subtle. They've gone on record saying she twisted their words. That suggests more than just a gentle nudge from Baldoni's circle. If these women believed Lively's story was accurate, or at least in the same ballpark, why risk calling her a liar so openly? The very boldness of their statements has fueled online chatter that maybe Lively was the one pushing a narrative, hoping to strengthen her lawsuit with testimonies that didn't fully match reality. The drama doesn't end there. Observers note that Ryan Reynolds, who's also tied up in these lawsuits, remains conspicuously quiet. He was reportedly just as involved in behind-the-scenes decisions, like promotional materials and editorial changes, that Baldoni claims derailed the film's direction. Some wonder if Reynolds' typical comedic charm and social media presence might be used as a damage control tactic. So far, though, he seems to be letting this latest revelation play out without adding fuel to the fire. For Baldoni's part, his legal team is staying fairly restrained. They released a brief statement welcoming the women's clarifications, emphasizing that their experiences do not align with the toxic environment Lively described. Beyond that, they're saving most of their arguments for the courtroom. Strategically, letting Lively's public relations predicament speak for itself may be the smartest move. After all, few things tarnish a plaintiff's credibility faster than supposed witnesses coming forward to say they were misquoted or misused. Industry insiders are now asking, what does this mean for the trajectory of these lawsuits? If Lively's newly added claims fall apart, her entire case might lose its backbone. Judges and juries look carefully at patterns of behavior. If two alleged victims align themselves with the defendant, it reduces Lively's ability to demonstrate a widespread issue. Worse, if it's proven that she distorted or falsified any part of these testimonies, she risks facing countersuits or defamation claims. It's not uncommon for courts to penalize litigants who appear to misuse or fabricate evidence. Some fans remain unconvinced by the sudden about-face. They note how often power dynamics cause people to recant statements, especially in a notoriously competitive industry. But for now, the public narrative is that these women side with Baldoni and consider Lively's approach to their stories misleading. And that's a significant blow to the star's credibility, whether or not deeper truths emerge down the line. As depositions and court hearings draw closer, we may see more bombshell evidence. If additional individuals come forward echoing these two women, Lively's entire argument could crumble. If, however, contradictory messages or recordings surface to show that Baldoni's team coerced these retractions, it could flip everything around again. In a case already layered with conflicting viewpoints, the final outcome hinges on whose story remains most consistent under oath. In the meantime, Hollywood watchers speculate about the long-term fallout. Will Lively's star power shield her from permanent reputation damage, or will these conflicting testimonies leave a permanent stain? And what about Baldoni, who built his name on uplifting, message-driven work? If more allegations do emerge, no amount of "I told you so" from these two women can fully salvage the goodwill he once enjoyed. For now, the strangest part of this saga is that the very testimonies meant to bolster Blake Lively's case have given Justin Baldoni more reason to declare victory. Will this surprising turn become the final push that tips public perception in his favor? Or is it just one more twist in a legal roller coaster that has no clear end in sight? One thing's certain, the stakes have never been higher, and both parties are now fighting for their professional lives as much as they're fighting for legal vindication. For more of the latest news, check out the next video.